Hi students, I am Sebastian Paul. In this lecture, we are discussing 3 youth programs introduced by the Government of India. In the previous 2 lectures, we have discussed about 6 programs introduced by the Government of India. So in this lecture, we are discussing the Panchayat Yuva Krida or Khel Abhiyan PYKKA. Secondly, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And thirdly, Pradhan Mantri MUDRA Yojana. So firstly, we are discussing Panchayat Yuva Krida or Khel Abhiyan Yojana or PYKKA. So the PIKA targeted towards the development and maintenance of the sports needs to be strengthened further with the help and support from the Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of Urban Development. PIKA is a centrally sponsored scheme introduced in 2008 to 2009, which has been launched with the following aims and objectives. So the major aims and objectives are to create a network of basic sports infrastructure throughout the country. Secondly, to provide universal access to the sports in rural areas and also promote a sports culture among both boys and girls. Thirdly, harness available and potential sporting talent among rural youth through a well-designed competition structure from the block level. Fourthly, to put in place an effective mechanism to identify and nurture sporting talent in rural areas. Fifthly, to make focused effort to give adequate training and exposure under existing schemes of Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Sports Authority of India, and also various schemes of state and union territories to promising sport persons coming out of this process. And finally, to promote both indigenous and modern games. So these are the major objectives of Panchayat Yuva Krida or Khel Abhiyan. So the PIKA is to focus or targeted towards the development and maintenance of sports needs of the rural areas in our country. Secondly, we have to discuss Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana or PMKVY. So Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is a flagship scheme of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship MSDE, implemented by the National Skill Development Corporation. The objective of this skill certification scheme is to enable a large number of Indian youth to take up industry-relevant skill training that will help them in securing a better livelihood. So the individuals with prior learning experience or skills will also be assessed and certified under recognition of prior learning, which is known as RPL2. Under the scheme, training and assessment fees are completely paid by the government. So the key components of this scheme are, first one is short-term training. The short-term training imparted at PMKVY training centers or TCs is expected to benefit the candidates of Indian nationality who are either school or college dropouts or unemployed. Apart from providing training according to the National Skill Qualification Framework, the training centers shall also impart training in soft skills, entrepreneurship, financial and digital literacy. The second component is recognition of prior learning. The individual with prior learning experience or skills shall be assessed and certified under the recognition of prior learning RPL. The RPL aims to align the competency of the unregulated workforce of the country to National Skill Qualification Framework. Thirdly, special projects. The special project component of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana envisages the creation of a platform that will facilitate training in special areas or premises of government bodies, corporates or industry bodies, and training in special job roles not defined under the available qualification packs or national occupational standards. And fourthly, Kaushal and Rozgar Mela. So active participation of the community ensures transparency and accountability and help in leveraging the cumulative knowledge of the community for the better functioning. The training centers shall conduct Kaushal and Rozgar Melas every 6 months with the press and media coverage. They are also required to participate actively in National Career Service Mela and ongoing activities too. And fifthly, placement guidelines. So the PMKVY envisages to link the aptitude, aspiration and knowledge of the skilled workforce which creates with employment opportunity and demands in the market. Every effort thereby needs to be made by the PMKVY training centers to provide placement opportunity to the candidates trained and certified under this scheme. And the next one is monitoring guidelines. To ensure that high standard and quality are maintained by the Pradhan Mantri Vikas Yojana training centers, the empaneled inspection agencies uses various methodologies such as self-audit reporting, call validations, surprise visits, and monitoring through the skill development management systems. So this will ensure the quality of this program. And next we are discussing Pradhan Mantri MUDRA Yojana. Pradhan Mantri MUDRA Yojana PMMY is a scheme launched by the Honorable Prime Minister on April 8, 2015 for providing loans up to 10 lakh to a non-corporate, non-farm, small or micro enterprises. These loans are classified as Mudra loans, that is micro units development and refinance agency loans under Pradhan Mantri MUDRA Yojana. These loans given by the commercial banks, RRBs, small financial banks, MFIs and NBFCs. So under this scheme, Mudra has created 3 products, namely Shishu, Kishore and Tarun. So the scheme Shishu provides loan up to 50,000. The second scheme Kishore is the loan ranging from 50,000 to 5 lakh. And thirdly, the scheme Tarun is designed with a loan ranging from 5 lakh to 10 lakh. These categories will signify the stage of growth, development and funding needs of the beneficiary, as well as it will assure the loan amount to be allotted to the micro unit or entrepreneur by the reference agency bank. So my dear students, we have discussed 3 topics in this session. So the assignment questions are: write detailed notes on Panchayat, Yuva, Krida or Khel Abhiyan. Secondly, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and thirdly, Pradhan Mantri MUDRA Yojana. So dear students, on the next lecture, we are discussing 4 topics. They are Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana, Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, next is Prime Minister's Rural Development Fellowship, and finally, Rashtriya Uchchadar Shiksha Abhiyan or RUZA. So see you soon. Until then, goodbye. Thank you and all the best.